Hello and welcome back. You are watching the PDJ National Tour on JomezPro. We are at stop 4 of 6, the Beaver State Fling from Estacada, Oregon. Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, together we are BigSexy, and we're here to talk about Frisbees with you.
That's right. We are definitely here to talk about Frisbees, and so far, we're going to take a look at Kevin Jones with the unfortunate 5 on hole 10, but Seppo Paju going clean through the front 9. Eagle McMahon with a big eagle on the genius hole. Both are making big moves. We got the top 2 players in the field right now with the big front 9 moves from Eagle and Seppo.
All right, again, we are covering Chase Card. These guys started on hole 2, so the back 9 will start on the par 4 11th, 690 feet, starting out with a left moving shot, finishing with a right moving shot. Common play here would be backhand hyzer, big backhand hyzer, try to push left, and then either go turnover mid-range or forehand driver into the green. There is some OB here on the left side and also that rough area on the right. If you really get aggressive on the approach, you could find OB there down by the Clackamas River.
You want to play that hyzer left side to give yourself a good angle at the sidearm approach, or maybe even a backhand straight shot. But if you get too tight, like you said, that road does come in play. An eagle with that big forehand hyzer doesn't really need to get that far off the tee. Just put himself in a nice, safe position without getting too aggressive. Andrew taking time, taking a deep breath, collecting his thoughts. Let the disc fly. This is looking pretty good, but might be a little bit too wide right. Needs to get over to the left.
That'll work.
Yeah, that's good enough. Seppo looking like he's also lining up an X1. And that's also a bit wide right, but should be skipping to a fine spot. Just a little bit wider left.
Squirrel not intimidated at all.
Well, they come out here. They see a lot of discs.
Yeah, they do.
This is looking like a nice line for Kevin. And that's a good angle. And that squirrel, again, that wasn't close enough to really phase him, but
No. It looks like Eagle might be going with the same disc he threw off the tee.
why not?
Big forehand, nice and wide.
Yeah, that's looking great.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah. Can't get any easier than that. Kevin also rocking a good sidearm game. Nice and wide. That's looking primo as well. Nice little roll. About 22 feet.
Yeah.
Bet you $10 he's throwing a Comet here.
He is.
Mostly because I could see the stamp. I knew that. Big green disc that Andrew's been rocking for a couple years now. He loves that thing. Seppo also going with a backhand. He's a player who has a good sidearm game, but a little bit more confident with throwing that backhand hyzer.
Oh, I don't think he's going to like this.
Didn't get the angle right.
Hopefully that's not too blocked.
Just didn't quite commit to the full throw and having to pitch out of the woods now.
Drops up.
Yeah. And the rough out here at Milo's interesting. You can be a foot away from another player in the rough and have a wide open throw, or you could be in a patch of briars and not even be able to move. So you can be in some bad spots even if you're just off the edge. Good birdie putts from Andrew and Kevin.
Yeah.
Something just so natural about Milo MacIver State Park here in Estacada, Oregon. It's one of the greenest places I think I've ever been in my entire life. And the way that I feel about it is like there's just moss on everything. So like I feel like you could fall from a low-flying airplane in Milo MacIver State Park and just land softly without even hurting yourself.
But watch out for those briars.
The briars will hurt, but then the soft landing of the moss is going to soften the blow.
Sure. Good place to jump out of a plane if you had to pick one. Hole 12, par 3, island green, 400 feet. I think these guys are going to go for this, but you definitely have the option of playing just a little short and trying to make the putt across, or you could just play for a 3 altogether. But I think the hyzer game that these players have displayed, they're going to try to at least cross the island, hopefully stick it, get a kind of a bonus birdie.
Well, we know Eagle's going for it. Last year, he skipped up and hit the cage.
No.
This year, not so much. He is going to be out of bounds, but within 35 feet or so left for the par.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Andrew is content to just play for 3. This is super far to the right.
But also very safe and very easy to get up onto the green from there.
Yep.
Not a bad play. Kevin's got that eye of the tiger look, like he's definitely attacking the green.
Flat release with an overstable disc. This could come in with some nice slow speed. Maybe too slow.
Oh, no.
Mid-range maybe or fairway. I guess.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was that overstable. And you can just slide on the green. It looks like he was trying to power something that didn't have a big skip at the end, but just didn't quite have enough to get there.
And this is pretty wide, but is it going to be safe?
I like this.
Yeah, that is looking so good.
I really like it.
Oh, no.
And Andrew left a little bit too much meat on that sauce, or sauce on that meat.
Either way, there's too much of it.
Too much.
Oh, an eagle splashes out right side.
Wow.
See if Kev can save. No, and this could go out of bounds. I think he stayed in. Pretty fortunate to stay in, but he did. And this is actually a tricky little putt. That tree is in a tough spot. If you're so short and so close to it.
That comes in play quite a few times out here in this park. You have a lot of trees that are not just close to the basket, but are pretty prominent size. So you can't just straddle around it for an easy putt. Sometimes, if you're in the wrong spot, you almost have to throw a sidearm or some sort of crazy stretch just to make it work.
And especially here with the out of bounds, because obviously you can't stand out of bounds, so that takes that opportunity to straddle. As we see the crowd appreciating Seppo's fantastic birdie there, just parking it on the island.
Yeah, that's truly special. And I got to give a quick shout out to Andrew Nava, who in the card ahead of me skipped in for the ace.
Wow. Local guy, Portland guy, amazing shot.
Timed it up perfectly with one of the approach shots on someone in my group. Totally threw him off. So good job to Andrew Nava for the good timing and the beautiful ace.
Hole 13, 455-foot par 3. Just a little smooth shot for Seppo.
Oh, gosh, that is so smooth.
How easy can this hole get?
Wow, not that easy.
Still, though, I mean, that was a rip. This is a hard shot.
Mm-hmm.
Just throw it straight 455. You got to be able to throw it much more than 455 with unlimited room to just hit a tunnel. Eagle's just going 500 on a straight line if he doesn't hit anything there.
It's crazy how this hole is actually averaging below par.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to bogey maybe.
But it is hard to bogey. There's just a few more birdies than there were bogeys. No doubles to speak of on the day.
Yeah, no out of bounds. Just kind of even fish there. He'll have a pretty simple approach, I would think.
But it is such a hard birdie to pick up. You'd imagine that somebody would 3-putt before you see a lot of birdies.
Yeah.
Kevin, nice little tree direction, skipping it forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep him in a long jump putt range. And he's kind of due to make one of these, it seems like. He's the player who really thrives in that long jump putt action.
We'll see. Maybe a bit of foreshadowing there.
No problem for Andrew.
Kevin from 50?
Yeah, looks like about right. And that's too high and off left. He's just not quite on his jump putt game today. Not yet, at least.
Look what Seppo's forced to do here. Eagle punched through enough to where he can go to a knee and go with a putt, but he skips off the top.
You're not wrong, Eagle.
What did he say?
Lower.
Nice putt from Kev.
That's a good comeback putt. Those 27-foot comeback putts after an air ball for birdie are They can test your nerves.
How many birdies in the field on this one as we see this group picking up? None.
Well, we had 10 players.
Okay, so not a bad percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Pars all the way around.
I'm curious how it says 13% birdies. And there's 80 players in the field, and 10 players birdied it. Wouldn't that be? Is that 13%?
It sure is.
My percent. Okay.
It sure is.
Dang it. All right.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Buckle up. We got a long drone flight ahead of us, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Hole 14, 1,196 feet, all the way up here, snaking back and forth and over and under and all the way through to this little green at the end. The play off the tee is usually going to be a roller. Players trying to get pretty far right. So the Seppo has done it very well here. This is going to flip. Actually catches a little bit of a tree, but it's moving great.
Look at that. It didn't even slow it down really. I mean, it slowed down a little bit.
Is it too much right? Is he going to go out of bounds?
No.
He's
That's curling up.
Wow. Wow. That's a good spot. I mean, you're way over to the right. He's got a fairly open gap from there.
I would say this is like the par 5 to end all debate on what a par 5 should be. Like, as far as, without question, this is the most par 5 of all par 5s we've ever played.
Yeah, it's not, nobody's getting an eagle.
No, not even Eagle's getting an eagle. And from there, he's got another like 700 feet, it seems like.
Yeah.
And that's actually probably accurate.
Yeah, pretty close. It's a really fun hole. It's one of those holes where you feel like, if you want to birdie it, you need 3 really, really good shots.
Yeah,
you don't have room. A lot of other par 5s, you can kind of get away with a shank and still make birdie. This isn't one of those. You really have to make very significant forward progress on every shot.
Yeah, if you relate it to golf, for instance, like you see most players average on par 5s is way below par, and they average probably above par on par 3s. This is not that kind of hole. You're not seeing many birdies on this hole. This is like nobody is expecting birdie going onto this hole. You're pumped up. You're pretty much pumped up with a par.
Yeah.
And so birdie almost feels like an eagle on this one. And Angie with a great...
Look out for this tree, though. This is the one that you really want to miss, but it just eats up every shot.
That was on such a good line. Total bummer. Placement off the tee was perfect to give him that big, open, wide look for the second shot. And Kevin having to go with the sidearm just to hit the gap here.
A little low. Can it get a skip? No.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
So that's like one of those shots where it's like, okay, that
birdie's
gone now.
Gone.
You only got 250 off that one.
Right. Each shot has to essentially be 400 feet, at least in the first 2.
Yeah. And that's not out of bounds, but it's not great either.
I'd say birdie's out of the equation.
He's up there a ways, but yeah, it's going to take a special shot. And Eagle is going to go forehand flex, I think. Nope, just hyzer. But I bet you this is going to be a little bit more right than he wants. He's okay. He got around the tree, so it's all right.
Good distance, too. And
yeah, that's going to be a good spot. He may be able to go another forehand from there.
Yeah, it looks like that. Depending on the angle he has left, it should be a nice hyzer skip sidearm to the green.
See if Kevin can prove us wrong here. No, not with that one, I don't. Well, it fought through a little.
It fought through, but there's no...
Yeah, it's not a close putt.
I'd say he's still a couple 100 feet away.
Fish with a great shot from being jammed up against that tree.
Wow. Full flight all the way. That's phenomenal effort from being stemmed up behind the tree.
And he's got about 45, 50.
Wow, that is incredible to have a look out of that lie.
Seppo, not too bad here. This is going to skip nice.
Man, these guys are making us look like we do not know what we're talking about. Into the mulch almost.
Beautiful.
Inside the circle. Wow, what an effort from back there.
Eagle, mid-range.
Not much ground play to be had in this hole, really. And
that's going to be a longer putt than he'd like as the rain starts to come down again. Look at this shot. You can see the sun. That's where you're getting a sunburn in a rainstorm.
Kevin with a good approach. Nothing like it, man. This is just a truly special place for so many reasons.
Oh. Eagle slid up to the edge of the circle, 33-footer downhill for the birdie.
Oh, man. Beautiful.
Nice birdie. And I got a quick shout out. My brother, Colin Sexton, his card. 4 outside circle putts, 3 birdies and a par.
Oh, my
In
goodness.
his group. Grady Shue, Joel Freeman, my brother, all made birdie 4s from outside 40 feet. Michael Johansson hits a 40-footer for his 5.
Wow, and that's 3 of the 9 players in the entire 79-player field to pick up the birdie. That's doing some work.
Pretty crazy. Hole 15, par 3, 400 feet going uphill, and then just a little more uphill right at the end. It's on this little mound, kind of a cool feature, make you think twice about running a long putt, and add kind of some little interest to an otherwise pretty featureless hole.
Man, this hole averages 2.75. At 400 feet, basket on a mound, there's no other place in the world than Milo MacIver State Park that this hole averages 2.75. This is a hole that averages almost 3 anywhere else, but something about this place brings out the best in disc golfers, and you see players just come out of the woodwork and just play incredible disc golf out here.
This is a nice shot. Fighting through.
Right up to the mound.
Wow, on top.
Sure that limb doesn't stop a disc? Of course not. Just parked.
Gosh. Look at this angle on the FollowFlight.
Just right through it.
It slices through, man.
Just parked.
A simple branch is not going to get in the way of Eagle McMahon.
No.
And the fish.
Look at that. That's just a thing of beauty.
Look at that slippery fish. Beautiful shot. Low.
That
just
is
so straight.
That's a salmon swimming home.
Yeah. And I don't think Kev's going to get there on that height.
No, not as slippery as Andrew, that's for sure.
Lays one up onto the mound safely.
Seppo with not really a run, but kind of a conservative little nose-up layup, and you're fine with that. If you're not inside 50 feet, it's kind of hard to go for anything on this green. You don't want a 35-foot comeback putt for your par.
Yeah.
Andrew picking up the nice birdie.
Great birdie.
Just slipping right upstream.
Eagle in for birdie as well. Fantastic. I ran my putt here from about 60 or 70 and kind of fell short just like Seppo. It looked like a great layup, and I was like, just so you guys know, that was a run.
Yeah, of course it was Nate Safton.
Accidental layup. My
you just don't know how to be aggressive.
My
That's the thing. It's like it's beautiful. It's built into how you play, and it's incredible. And that's why you have been successful.
Part of it, maybe. Hole 16, par 4, going around the corner, 675 with the beautiful green. Got these logs installed here to stop the skip from getting you anywhere. This one you want to go with a low drive, backhand, right hand, backhand, backhand, right hand, backhand, right hand, and then throw it to go skipping left.
Oh, goodness.
See if this gets through.
You are a master of words,
Thank
my friend.
you, man. Oh, that's a bad kick.
That is a bad kick, but Eagle might be like one of the few players in the game that can probably still reach that with a forehand.
He could still do it.
And maybe even throw a roller to the log.
It's a very small gap. You can either go for between the trees or go right, but this is tough because that's not really finishing left. So that's still, I would guess, 400 feet to the basket.
Well, Andrew is going to throw a backhand approach regardless of where he lands, so he's going to be throwing an Anheuser one way or the other.
This is more like it, though. This is eating up some distance.
I can't even imagine a much better drive.
Wow, that is so far.
It's just phenomenal.
And we got lucky. See how dark that sky was?
It just avoided
It missed us. We were hearing some thunder.
Mm-hmm. Playing around with the branches.
Through, so he'll have an opportunity to do something special.
Yeah, and Eagle's still lining up that forehand. He's got all of 440 feet left. But that's just a simple hyzer for the young kid.
Wow.
Just smoked this thing. What a fantastic shot. Just outside the circle left for his birdie putt.
Wow.
That is not a weapon many players have.
Kevin's going to go roller, try to hop it over that log. Looks like the wind is kind of wreaking havoc on that, though.
But it's still...
Look at it go.
Oh, my...
No way.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness.
I can't imagine that's quite the line he envisioned, but it worked amazingly.
Oh, my God.
That thing was bouncing all around. Andrew is going to go for the more traditional log jumper. But that's okay. That's
50-50 board slide along the log.
Yeah.
And going to be a tricky putt from inside the circle, but great effort. Seppo going for the backhand Anheuser putter approach. Not a play you get to see many players afforded with the opportunity to do.
Gosh, he threw it so far, he can just throw that up there.
Wow.
Beautiful.
4 players all within, like, right around circle's edge for the birdie. Not your traditionally played hole 16 at the East Course.
38-footer going uphill for eagle. No doubt.
Wow.
Great putt.
How is this hole averaging a third of a stroke below par? I don't get it.
Yeah.
What course are you guys playing that's different than the one I'm playing? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Seppo in for it.
There's been a long-running prank, Jerm, that we all actually play shorter tees than you when you're not around. And I feel like the other guys are going to be mad at me for letting you in on it.
Oh, my gosh. We're going to have a star frame on hole 16.
For about 15 years now, we've been playing secretly different tees than you, and it's all been to mess with you. But yeah, these guys are doing it again. Star frame. Wow. That one is well earned too. Man, $25 to edge there. That is crazy. All threes on that hole. Hole 17, par 3, 450. I'm excited to see these guys go for this one. This is a really kind of do or die shot. If you come left too early and you catch that corner, you can have a really hard time saving your par. But there's a great high window that's really going to tempt these power players to go with a big, high, flat shot and then fading up the hill. I would expect we get somebody in the circle here. These guys are just too good.
A nice dramatic shot of eagle lining up the high shot. He's got that nose angle tilted for the high gap. He's definitely going for the low gap.
I guess so. If you got the mega skip. Look at that.
My God.
What is he? He's throwing like something ridiculously overstable.
Unbelievable. That is...
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen someone go the low gap and get that far around the corner.
Who knew?
Andrew,
Fish also going low.
Yeah, and that's looking beautiful as well. It's not going to get as far as eagles, but that's just fine. To have a nice long putt at it is really about as much as you ever ask for, or could ever ask for, I feel like.
I feel like Eagle's playing a 450-foot left finishing hole in the same way that I would play like a 260-foot left finishing hole. I mean, if you just hammer it low, you should skip over there.
Yeah.
But I'm not really thinking about that. Like if I landed at 400, it's not skipping a whole bunch. If you throw it that hard, though, incredible. Yeah. I'm surprised no one's taking that high gap.
And Kevin going to overstable driver, getting a little bit of a twizzle hit. But, I mean, to make that hole look that simple with only a little tiny leaf being hit in the entire out of the whole group.
And they're all looking at it.
Is just impressive in itself. Whoa. Wow. Some weird wind shear. Almost cans it from about 60.
Little low right.
Good bid, man. Not quite the headwind.
An eagle probably at 33 feet just outside the circle, and he connects on the birdie. I want to call this an eagle. This is almost eagle territory. Only 3 players on the day able to pick up the birdie. The Crush Boys, Simon and Eagle. Also, hats off to Austin Hannum.
Wow.
That's it, though. Couple of 4s, couple of 5s on this hole. Average coming out to 3.2. I swear, if you get a normal field out here, this average is like 3.8.
This is the hardest tournament in the world. There are 80 players, maybe 79 now that we had a no-show. I heard 64 1,000 rated plus. So that means that
15 non-1,000 rated players.
30,000 rated players will miss the cash.
If none of the non-1,000 rated players.
It's the hardest tournament in the world.
Easily.
Hole 18, par 3. Big hyzer usually the play here. Not really big, actually. Just more controlled hyzer. Eagle's probably going some kind of mid-range. Trying to flip it up a little bit flat as it goes. And that's a little short, but it'll putt.
And in the hole preview, we saw a few players spearfishing on land, which is an interesting strategy.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to catch too many fish this far away from the river.
Well, Calvin is a Florida guy. He's got that fisherman's blood. He can't really,
Can't help himself.
He's just out here trying to throw a spear and hopefully, get some meat.
Andrew Fish with a nice result.
What kind of shot is that?
I don't think I've ever seen the spike hyzer in that way before, but
That works.
certainly. Yeah, through the gap, well, no matter how you get through it, if you get within 40 feet, you're feeling pretty good about your tee shot on that hole 18. And
Gets around. And a little skip. Just catches the corner. He's going to have about 50 to 60. Whoa, a little bit of action there.
Eagle is heating up. Going 2-2 on, or 3-2-2. Well, sorry, go back even further.
Yeah.
He's gone 2-3, 2-2 on 15, 16, 17, 18. That is,
With 3 big putts.
I'd say that's on average 3.5 strokes better than the entire field.
Yeah, he's really going now. He's moving to 20 under par.
Wow. Andrew Fish, 3 birdies on this card. I swear to you, if there is a course where people play better than Milo MacGyver, I don't know where it is. People just seem to rip up this course. It is so difficult. Unless you watch these guys play, it's really difficult. And then it seems really easy.
Oh, hey, Jerm.
Oh, welcome to the hole.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to the East Course.
We're back to hole 1, our finishing hole. As we said earlier, this is the chase card. That's why we're finishing on hole 1 after the shotgun start here on Friday afternoon. This is a turnover shot, par 3, 414. Really more of an Anheuser release. Even turnover is kind of not even accurate. You can't throw anything flat. You've got to really rip it over, get as right as you can really imagine throwing a disc. Eagle just going with a putter, I believe.
Yeah, why not?
Does he like it?
Might have too much angle, or no, didn't quite turn it enough. The edge of the furs catching it, bringing
really
it in.
Really easy mistake to make.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you really have to feel like you've kind of shanked it too far right to feel good about your tee shot here.
Into the sun.
And out into the field, 45, 50 feet. Actually, probably a little bit more. Seppo Paju lining up, I believe, in M4. Super wide, but look at this thing. It's going to catch edge, swing. That is looking beautiful.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Fantastic.
No prettier flight in the entire sport than a nice, soft, long-turning backhand Anheuser. Or forehand Anheuser, but just a nice, slow glide is just so beautiful to watch. And Kevin with a beautiful effort as well. He's inside the circle.
Wow.
Okay, well, Eagle's got the hardest lie ever.
Wow.
And a really nice effort. Didn't try to get too fancy by splitting those trees. Just played to the outside, giving himself 18 feet to finish the round. Wow.
Great birdie.
Beautiful way to finish your round. Kevin Jones, solid score.
Seppo has this putt to remain tied with Eagle. Or not to remain, to move into a tie.
Yeah,
with
to
Eagle.
move into a tie. And these guys are making moves. What a great finish. Great round for Seppo. I believe that was a clean, bogey-free 11 under.
Fantastic.
Incredible round. Injurefish definitely needing to pick up the par here to stay 6 back. He's up and in. He's playing well. Tied with Kevin Jones at 14 under, and there Eagle McMahon.
I think Kevin may even move to 15 because he just hit that birdie.
Oh, yeah. So Eagle McMahon at 20 under, Seppo at 20 under, Kevin, like you said, at 15, and Andrew at 14. All these players are still in the top 10. Seppo and Eagle jumping up to a tie for first place, 3 ahead of third place, AJ Risley. Calvin Heimberg playing great golf through 2 rounds.
And there's our card for tomorrow. We'll have Jordan Castro, Kevin Jones, Anthony Barella, and Andrew Fish on the chase card from the West Course. Beaver State Fling, baby. Come on back and see us.